let's put a bow on our fall camp preview. Who's going to be the real MVP? There's always one guy that about August 26th, 22nd,
Isaiah
we're like,
Cummings was a
man,
winner last year.
we keep talking about this. We keep talking about this guy. So who'd you say was the guy last year?
Cummings last year.
Yep.
David Bouvier in 2018 sticks out.
Mm-hmm.
2019, TJ Carter. 2020 was weird because it was
COVID.
Camp stuff was different. But yeah, and then I would say, wouldn't you say Cummings? It was either him or maybe Eli Cox.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the position change. I think ultimately, though, it's going to be in that running back room. And I'm confident that Ja'Ton McClain, Liam Cohen during his time here, he didn't mince many punches with us, but you could tell that he was visibly frustrated. He could not use Ja'Ton McClain more last year, particularly in the outside zone stuff, because I think Chris Rodriguez's biggest fault as a player is his inability to quickly read where the holes are, where the cutbacks are on that outside zone. Rich Scangarello strikes me as somebody who's going to be a lot more stubborn when it comes to running this stuff. He's going to be a lot more reliant. Cohen was much quicker to ditch it, but I think they're going to lean on McClain a lot to run outside zone, and not only to run outside zone, but to catch passes. It's something they try with Smoke, but Smoke just doesn't have the skill set really for it. McClain's got it. McClain does a little bit of everything, and I think he's going to be one of Rich Scangarello's favorite pieces. But the only reason why I'm worried about losing this Lockett, I think they're going to try to pump the brakes on him. They don't want people to know about it. Yeah. I think they're going to try to keep their lips sealed so people don't have number 13 circled on their scouting reports this fall.
Number 17, but yeah.
That's Anthony.
Who is Tavion Robinson's backup at slot? It might be this guy on the screen right here, Ja'Ton McClain. I think they're going to split him out and use him a lot in the passing game. I think that's going to be a big part of the offense. For me, I'm also staying in the running back room. I'm just going with someone else here. I just think there's some buzz here with Lavelle Wright, and sticking with our North Hardin theme here on 11 personnel. I just think he's probably going to be the standout. I think this fall camp. I think the new coaching staff really likes him. I think he's a scheme fit for what they're trying to do in the running game. He's got some size and some power and to go with some speed. And as we saw Chris Rodriguez and Kavosiey Smoke both break out as redshirt freshmen in 2019, Nick, after flashing in a Louisville game with a big run, I think we see the same thing with Lavelle Wright. I think he becomes kind of maybe their second most effective rusher, potentially behind Rodriguez. And I think he could maybe take a spot where he enters next year as a starter running back. So I think could be a big year here for the in-state prospect. I think Rich Scangarello said he dealt with some hamstring stuff in the spring. So there was obviously something that limiting him. But even in post-practice stuff, we heard a lot about Wright, when you talk to people. He's a guy that a lot of people seem to be pretty high on. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a breakthrough from him this season, and he becomes not necessarily a star player, but he could have a year maybe like Cummings last year where it's limited carries, but he's getting in there every week and he's making some splash plays where he enters year 3 and maybe that's like the liftoff for him. But I think he's going to become a guy who's going to be maybe a consistent player on the offense who's going to have a really big camp.
Well, and I've told this story before, but we'll stay with the North Hardin theme of this podcast. When they played my DeSales Colts his junior year, it'd be his junior year. I was asking my friend who's assistant on the staff about Ox. Like, is this guy the real deal? And he's like, the real deal is the running back, Lavelle Wright. He would have been just a sophomore at the time. Yeah. And he was like, the kid not only has the breakaway speed, he's physical in between the tackles. And the thing, too, that he has what it takes in between the ears. And I know that's something I've learned in this job over the last decade. I don't care what the stars say, what he runs in the 40. Like, it takes something up here to be successful on the field on Saturdays. And I know that I don't know him. I haven't spent an extended amount of time with him. But I've spent enough to know he's a yes sir, no sir guy. He's a business guy. He shows up every day for work. If he misses practice, he's hurting. Like, there's a reason. This kid is hungry. He's eager. And I think that's really what's going to help him take that next step as a player.
Yeah, I think it's another, like we talked about Coach Thompson, his program. I think it's really it's like these guys he's gotten here. These dudes, I think, love football, and I think that shows.
Yeah.
And I think they're all going to have probably a significant role on the team this year. And then I think in 2023 they're all going to have huge roles on the team. So North Hardin, we've seen them deliver players here all the time. You go back to Andre Woodson's obviously the most famous one, but there's been countless others.
The home of Mark Story.
Mark Story will tell you about it anytime you want to hear about it. But yeah, I think all those guys are going to be quality players in Lexington, and I think you'll start to see that with them all this season.